Principle number one is you stay with the narc because you don't feel released by God. I hear this almost every day in my phone advice sessions from well-meaning, godly women and men. In fact, I was doing a phone advice session with a lady married to a narc just a few weeks ago. After telling me about his abuse of her over the years, and I always have them tell the story, rages, verbal assault, silent treatment, control, the whole gamut, gaslighting. She told me he was in an adulterous affair and was now living with the skank. Okay, she didn't use the word skank. She said mistress. I said, forget mistress. I want to hear you say to me, home-wrecking skank, because that's what she is. Anyway, after all this information she gave me, she told me straight face, she's being very honest, and she believed this. He said, Dave, God has not released me from this marriage. Good-hearted woman, Christian, means well. She actually believed that. That is simply not true. I told her first, ma'am, what marriage? You don't have a marriage. The narc has completely destroyed it. So there's nothing to be released from, frankly. But second, and here's the real key, God has so released you from this dead marriage and destructive marriage, but you're just not ready to see that. I continued. The Bible has released you from this abusive narc, I guarantee you. And I read her 2 Timothy 3:1-5, which I'm going to read to you right now. If this isn't released from a narc, I don't know what is. 2 Timothy 3:1-5. This is God speaking through Paul to Timothy, and frankly to you and to all of us. But mark this. There will be terrible times in the last days, Paul says. This is a description of a narc, the best I've ever read. You'd expect that from the Bible. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love. Sounding familiar? Unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control. Narcs have no self-control. Brutal. Yeah, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Oh my goodness. Narcdom right here. And this is a good one too, having a form of godliness, but denying its power. Yeah, that's covert narcissism. They shine in the church. The pastor loves them. People think they're just below Jesus, and they're liars. They're skunks. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Now here's the release part. Now that would be enough. The Bible never leaves us hanging. Paul adds the punchline, talking to Timothy, have nothing to do with them. Okay, that's release. This is God saying, get away from this sort of a person. There are no caveats in this passage. Well, if it's your husband, I guess not. No, if it's your wife, sorry. No, sister, brother, who cares? You're done. Have nothing to do with them. Now, the truth is, and this is part of the codependent denial, you don't want to be released. I told this lady, you're not ready yet to face the truth. And I told this lady, and I'm telling many of you, that that's okay. We will start with where you are. I recommend you begin by reading. If you're in a codependent mode and you think you haven't been released from the narc, I want you to start. We've got many materials, but start with the 20 lies that keep you with your abuser. I'm going to explode 20 of the main lies, the top 20 lies that keep you with your abuser. And then you let me know, call me back. We can do a follow-up session and we'll start getting you out of codependent denial. I'm telling you right now, everybody I hear that says, God has not released me from this marriage, I'm telling you, no, that's not true. God never contradicts his word and never will. And the word says, I could read you 25 verses. He's saying, if this is your situation with a serious sinner who will not change, who's destroying you, who's destroying your children, who's turning your own children against you, get out. I am telling you, you're released. Now, God knows it may take you some a ways to get there, but that's where I want you to get. Frankly, only because that's where God wants you to be.